Hello everybody, Ace here, giving it to you straight with day 28 of the video log challenge. And today I wanted to talk to you about circling the drain, or what I like to call our process of figuring it out. Sometimes most roads aren't A to B in life. You know, I commended one of my good buddies. He was always the kind of guy that could go A to B to a goal, stay disciplined, stay dedicated, stay consistent. And it was impressive to watch how he was able to go about his life and accomplish things. And then there was me going the way I went about my life and everything. And I'm not comparing which path is right or wrong, but I enjoy my process. I used to not enjoy it because I was always comparing it, the way I did things, the way I figured my life out, the way I figured my path out, the way I went after goals. I used to judge myself because it wasn't the way other people did it. I always took the hardest, longest route to each goal because then I felt I would gain the most lessons, the most experience for which to apply to the next challenge I took on. And what made the first 31 years of my life very difficult, now coming into this transformation, coming into this new season in my life, I have a lot of experience underneath my belt in a very short amount of time. And now I'm really cruising, and all I have to do is stay focused on the right work at the right time. And I'm not having to worry about too much of the external anymore because I've kind of figured it out, so to speak. And so today I want to talk to you about learning your process of going about life and embracing it. We're all different. Our bodies are different. Our minds are different. Our consciousness is about the only thing that's the same, but we all have a different tuning. We all have a different frequency, and therefore we all have a different experience. So in a way, our consciousness in itself is different, and that's what makes the universe and this life and the whole thing so interesting and intriguing, and why being our authentic selves and embracing the elements of ourselves and how we do things is so important, because then we're co-creating as much of us into this world as possible, and that's key. And yesterday I learned a deeper understanding, a deeper meaning of co-creation, and that's with my new friend Ascend with Emily. You should check her out on YouTube. I'll leave her a link in the description below. And she was talking about choice and how everything we do, from even me doing these videos, the words I choose, the movements I make, they're all choices. But what she was talking about the most in that is of all the choices we have, it's our choice to surrender our choice and our free will to something bigger than ourselves, to then free up the world around us. And that takes also embracing ourselves and embracing the way we go about our lives. That's my key. The more I've grown to embrace who I am, who I'm becoming, the more I embrace the way I go about life, the way I go a roundabout way about doing things, the more I embrace my weirdness, my quirks, my awkwardness, the better life becomes, the more I tend to expand and my creative capacity increases. So maybe the key to creation, right? So maybe the key to creation in this life, for us to create from our highest self, is to embrace ourselves first, to shed all of the old programs that aren't true about ourselves, to remove realities that are no longer fitting the actual reality we live in with ourselves, to let go of the trauma, the guilt, the shame, the ego. All those aspects are keeping us from being able to create and create what we truly want to create, why we came here. That's what this whole path of being human is about, is helping you remember why you're here, who you are, and what the whole point of this thing is. Because we've just been manipulated and propagated into believing that we need to do it this way. I mean, look at math class growing up. I used to get the math problems right, but I needed to show my work, and if my work was wrong, they give me half of the answer was wrong. How does that make sense? I didn't do it your weird ass way, your propagated way, and therefore my answer's incorrect. And so think about being a kid and you got the right answer, but the way you did it is wrong. So it's not about getting the answer. It's not about actually doing the problem. It's about doing it their way. It's about doing it the right way. It's about doing it the programmed way, the matrix way. It's all manipulation. It's all programming. Why do you think the people with the most education in terms of higher education tend to be the ones who drink the Kool-Aid the most, the ones who have the most fear, the ones who are separated from God the furthest? It's indoctrination. And we've been indoctrinated against ourselves. We've been indoctrinated not to trust ourselves. We've been indoctrinated not to believe that we have our best interest in mind. We've been indoctrinated into believing that we don't know how to take care of ourselves. We don't know what we want. So we need the state to tell us. We need the schools to tell us. We need authority to tell us. And who's authority? It ain't the government, it ain't the police. It's the rich people. Kind of came into a conspiracy theory video here a little bit today, but I'm proving a point. I'm trying to prove a point here with embracing yourself and embracing your systems of living, not the ones killing you, but the way you go about figuring things out, the way you go about trying life. I didn't live for so many years because I was so scared to do something wrong. What the hell does that even mean? How, when you're trying at life, when you're efforting at life because it's all you know, how are you doing anything wrong? You're at least putting the effort in. The only difference about letting go of trying and efforting is when you learn that you cannot try and effort your way to the abundance and the fulfillment that you're looking for in your spirit. You can effort and try your way as a human in the matrix and make it, absolutely. And there's some people that have come to this planet to play in the matrix. And that's what they want. And that's why they're pissed off that everybody's trying to wake them up. They don't want to be woken up. Reality is outside this form. The whole idea is to be a role and to play things. For me, I personally believe it's to come down here to grow my spirit, but for others it's to have an experience, and that's fine. But this is the difference, is I'm wrong for trying to push my way of living onto other people, and they're wrong for trying to push their way of living onto us. So the only way that we can stop trying to make others do the things that we want them to do is to do the things that we want to do and stop giving a shit what they think. And that's the best way to go about this. Embrace yourself, embrace your healing, embrace the messy, crazy path of life you went on, because it's only helping you. It may not be fun all the time, and it may not feel good a lot of the time, and you may be feeling crazy because your construct doesn't match the construct of the matrix. But the more you embrace yourself, the more you embrace your quirks, the more you embrace the weird ways you go about your life, the more it opens up. The more you surrender, the less stress you have, the more things you try, the more things you learn, and the more you become in flow with the universe. And that's, again, coming back to these videos for me, doing my process. This is therapy for me as well. And at the same time, I'm channeling these messages from the universe. I'm practicing skills that I love to do. I love being in front of the camera talking about this stuff. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I was the kind of guy that never thought I would be in front of a camera before. But go figure, it helps me heal. It helps me rationalize these thoughts I have and kind of connect things, and I know I'm helping people. And I know if I keep doing this consistently, as weird as I may be, as crazy as my path may be, if I do it consistently with frequency of message and of empathy and compassion and passion, it's going to work, and it's going to take me wherever it's going to take me. But because I'm surrendered now to the matrix, I don't want to play in the matrix anymore. I just want to ascend and remember and become more than I've ever been. Now I can let the universe take me where it goes on this journey. I just know I need to do this work. So I've simplified my life by figuring out the way that I go about it is not wrong. It's just different. And because I went about it that way, now I'm in a place to where I can surrender needing to know and needing to know how and needing to know what or needing to know why, like I was insisted on before because I didn't have self-trust and I didn't trust God or the universe. Now I can just let go, and I have faith that it's going to take me in the most beautiful places, because I have a very active imagination. But what I've learned in these last 3 years is that the universe is so much more imaginative than we are. And if we can learn to trust ourselves, God, and the universe to take us places that we want to go, that we may not even know where that is, and let go of doing all of that and focus on our systems, our processes, how we go about our life, how we go about our health, how we go about our relationships. If we can do all of that, then we will be free. And that's all I'm looking for, is I want to help you all become free. There are people here that want to help you ascend. There are people here that want to help you awaken. There are people here that want to help you raise your consciousness. And I want to do all those things as well. But at this point, I'm not even worried about any of that. We'll get there. What I'm really focused on is freedom within ourselves. Free from physical pain, free from emotional pain, free from mental pain, and free from pain from the heart and the soul and the spirit, free from not being able to allow people to love us, to not be able to allow love into our lives, to not love others, to not even try things, to not take risks, to not enjoy things, to not feel abundant. I want to create more freedom. And the only way we can create freedom is if we free ourselves. And that's the only thing I can do for y'all, is guide you with some concepts that you can apply on your path. That's why stopping, breathing, asking, and listening is so important, because I'm not going to cure you. I'm not going to cure you. I'm not going to heal you. I'm only going to give you some ideas at this point that you can then run with to cure yourself. But I'm not even giving you the path yet. That's coming. I'm just circling the drain, bringing it full circle. Because this is how I do it. I circle the drain on everything I do. I can't just do one thing and go all in for a year. And no, that's why I love these 100-day challenges, because at least it gives my crazy ADHD mind something to focus on for 100 days, and it doesn't get too boring too quickly. And because of that, I'm building new faculties, I'm building new processes, I'm building new skills, and I'm building new habits. And now this is going to take me even further. I did the writing challenge, I did the vlogging challenge. Who knows what the next challenge is going to be, but my process of circling the drain is working on multiple things at once, but just surrendering into whatever I feel like doing that day, that month, that week, that year. And this is what I'm doing right now. And so learn your processes, learn how you go about life, and embrace it. Embrace yourself, embrace your weirdness. The more you embrace these aspects of yourself, the more free you become. And when you free yourself from the shackles of your own mind, from the allegory of your own cave, your body starts to heal, your relationships start to heal, your relationship with God starts to heal, and everything else in the universe. You don't have as much bitterness and resentment and anger and judgment and guilt and shame. They start to go away. And when they come up, you know there's something, you can embrace it, and you can use the 4-step, 5-step process of stopping, breathing, asking, listening, and then making that move to address whatever it is that's affecting you, which in reality, these bodies are just constantly processing things. We're just constantly processing things. That's the whole point of this, is this is a tuning fork of senses. We bring in all this sensory information, and then we have to process it. And that's why we have sweat, and that's why we have we defecate and we piss, and our brains use cerebral spinal fluid to clean out all the gook. It's because our bodies are always processing this experience, and has to get rid of all the crap that it takes to do this, to experience this. So I just want to leave you with that today. A little bit of just trusting yourself some more, listening to yourself some more, asking yourself some more questions, observing the way you do things, not judging them, seeing why you do them and what benefits they've brought you, where you can tweak it, how you can embrace your life systems a little more, how you can improve your life systems a little more. Just little tweaks, 1% better every day. Kenshi, the Japanese concept again, Kenshi, I believe it is. I should probably look that up some point. But I really appreciate you all, and I appreciate the fact that I get to make these videos, because this is healing me. This is my process. I'm obviously a verbal processor. So I've used people my whole life, but they're getting exhausted. So I'm just going to throw it on camera, and I'm hoping that it finds the people that it needs to reach. And I know that I'm doing my purpose, and I'm fulfilling my destiny simply by doing this and existing. It really does. It's not that complicated. The matrix is complicated. Life is simple because of how complicated and complex the universe is. It's a paradox. So if you liked what you've seen and heard today, hit that like button. If you want to join the Army of Energy, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more content like this, check me out on Conspiracy Realists. I should be getting out of Instagram jail here soon. I don't know when, eventually. Even though it's been really healthy for me to not be on social media for the last 30 days. Social media detox, I highly suggest it. I'm also on day 13 or 14 of DURT and Hemi-synch. 14, actually. Yes, I'm on day 14 of DURT and Hemi-synch. Yeah, one of those. And still feeling great. Still detoxing for sure. Still working through some aggravation, some frustration. But my visualization techniques are going through the roof. My meditation's on a whole nother level. And I'm able to really process. And so my body is shedding a lot of that scar tissue even more quickly now, especially with the DURT, balancing my micronutrients and decalcifying my pineal gland, detoxifying my body, and hydrating me. So check out those links in the description below. I really hope you all have a great Sunday, and I will see you all again at the same time tomorrow. Take care. Talk to you.